Be reviewing how to write equilibrium expressions. So first things first, can you make sure that you get three colors for this notes? Go ahead and pause the video and get three colors. Okay, so let's remember that an equilibrium expression is the products divided by the reactants. So we're gonna use our first color, and I want you to circle all of these capital letters with your first color. And these capital letters are going to be your chemical formula. Okay, so your actual chemicals. So this is your chemical formulas. Okay, now with your second color, can you underline the lowercase letters? And lowercase is equal to numbers. And these numbers are going to be your coefficients, which will become the exponents in your expression. Okay, so let's go ahead and write the expression for this equation. So KEQ. And now our third color, the third color that you use, you're going to use it to highlight the arrows right here. And this arrow is going to be the same as the line to write our equilibrium expression. Because this is the division. This is the division between the reactants and between the products. Okay, remember products go on the top. So I'm going to write uppercase C to the power of lowercase c, uppercase D to the power of lowercase d. Okay, those are my two products. Now on the bottom, I'm going to write uppercase A to the power of lowercase a times uppercase B to the power of lowercase b. And remember that brackets means concentration, and the unit for concentration that we know for this class is molarity. Okay, so for now, our brackets are going to mean molarity. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice some examples from your homework. And so this is 031. Okay, so go ahead and grab your three colors, and what I want you to do is to circle the chemicals. Okay, so we only have two chemicals. I want you to underline the coefficients. If there's no coefficient, go ahead and write the invisible one that should be there. Okay, finally, go ahead and put the arrow with your third color. And you can even go ahead and divide this between the reactants and products. Okay, so I'm going to write my KEQ equals. Remember that my arrow marks the separation. So I'm going to make my line the same color as my arrow. And remember that KEQ is the same as products over reactants. So I'm going to write my products first. So the concentration of N2O4 to the power of 1. So we usually don't write the power of 1. So it's totally fine if you don't write it down, just for powers of 1. And then reactants on the bottom, the concentration of NO2 to the power of 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 3. Let's go ahead and color code it. All of the formulas, color them with the same color. Now, underline the coefficients. If there's no coefficient, can you go ahead and write down the invisible one? And go ahead and highlight your arrow because this is again the division between the reactants and products. As a reminder, KEQ is the same as products divided by reactants. So let's go ahead and write KEQ. I'm going to write down my line the same color as my arrows because this is my division right here. And let's go ahead and write my products. Oh, let me just triple check that I don't have any solids. Nope, no solids, so we're good. Okay, so the concentration of HI to the power of 2. So this 2 is now right here. Let me make it smaller. Right there. Okay, and then on the bottom, we're going to write the reactants, the concentration of H2 to the power of 1. It's okay. We don't have to write powers of 1. And the concentration of iodine to the power of 1 again. So that is totally fine. Okay, I'm going to do one more with you because the following one has a solid on it. And I want to make sure that you know how to do that one. So let's go ahead and color code. Oh, wait. This is a solid. So what I want you to do right away is to go ahead and cross it out and put a 1 for it. Okay, solids and liquids are not included. Okay, now this is aqueous, so this is good. And this is SO4 2 minus, and it is aqueous again. Remember that KEQ is equal to products divided by reactants. Now I'm going to underline my coefficients. Make sure that you put the 1s just so you don't get confused as the coefficients. Make your arrows on a different color. And now let's go ahead and write down our equilibrium expression. I'm going to make my line the same color as my arrow. And I'm going to write my products. Let me make my division right here. My products on the top. So it is the concentration of Ca2 plus to the power of 1. Again, you don't have to write it, but for this one time, I'm going to write it. Okay, times the concentration of SO4 2 minus to the power of 1. It's totally fine if you don't write it. Divided by my reactant is just a 1. Okay, so if you want, you can just write this one. So this is the same as just writing the concentration of calcium times the concentration of SO4 2 minus. And this will be our final KEQ. KEQ equals. Okay, this is it. Make sure you finish the rest by yourself. Good luck.